Hey guys, the Fire Brothers here. It's just me, and today I have some rather sad news. And that is that the Beast Wars movie is a no-go. It's not gonna happen, I'm sorry. At least, it's complicated, but hear me out. So recently, the Bumblebee movie debuted in Japan, and not the Japanese can get to experience the gloriousness that is Bumblebee, the movie. So Lorenzo, everyone's favorite movie producer, talked about the future of the Transformers movies, like what are we expecting to see next. And he briefly talked about Beast Wars. Now, I'm gonna read this article from the TFW2005 website because I think it summarizes everything pretty well. Ahead of the release of Transformers Bumblebee in Japan, producer Lorenzo Di Ventura spoke to press regarding the possibility of a Transformers Beast Wars live-action movie. According to Mr. The movie is estimated to cost $450 million to make, and the investors are not too keen to invest on a high-risk project costing nearly $500,000 to make. If this becomes a reality, the movie will become the highest budgeted movie in Hollywood, says the producer. According to industry calculations, the movie should make $1.125 billion just to reach the break-even value, an impossible odd considering the trend for the series nowadays. This is just from the production budget alone. Combine that with the marketing budget and the value will skyrocket to an impossible target. The producer is also skeptical about the familiarity of Beast Wars amongst the general public. How many people know about Beast Wars, says Lorenzo. That bastard! Adding further fuel to the fire, despite the negativity, Lorenzo states that he and Hasbro wishes to see a fruitful outcome for Beast Wars. In conclusion, the report from the River states that the future of the project is undecided. So it's straight up no. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you guys that right now. No. Listen, if they really plan to make a live action Beast Wars, and that is if they go for a live action Beast Wars, and it turns out to be this expensive, I can tell you that it's definitely not gonna happen. No investor's gonna want to get near that project because a project like that costs money. And there's a huge margin for loss, like you can lose money super easily if that flops. Now, we need to keep in mind that the Transformers as a brand, it's pretty powerful. It has a lot of influence, it has a lot of strength, and sure, the movies have been in decline ever since The Last Night, but the Bumblebee movie kinda picked things up. Let me use this analogy here. Picture that the Transformers movies are like a plane flying up in the sky. Then the last night happens, and they are slowly descending. Then the last night happens and it starts falling into the ground, about to crash. But just before it crashes, the plane stops and it starts slowly going back up into the air. That's basically what happened after the Bumblebee movie. The movies are slowly gaining popularity again. Well, granted, it's not like back in the days of Dark of the Moon, Revenge of the Fallen, or the first movie. But at least it's picking itself back up. It's actually gaining money. The B-movie gained money while The Last Night lost money. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because I don't think any of the movies have reached the projected amount that the Beast Wars movie, should have if it went live action. There's a lot of risk, and even nowadays, The Last Night, Age of Extinction, and the B-movie didn't really do as good as Dark of the Moon, Revenge of the Fallen, or the first movie. They did good, don't get me wrong, and the Bumblebee movie is a step on the right direction, trying to patch things up with critics, fans, and everyone else. The problem is that while the B-movie gained money, it's not a crazy amount of money. It's still a financial success, don't get me wrong. And the B-movie can be credited for saving the Transformers live-action, series. If it wasn't for the B-movie, at this moment we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. The problem here is that after the years of Michael Bay having a strong grip on the franchise, it's still up for debate. People are still unsure, the producers are still unsure. I'm still unsure if the damage that Michael Bay did to the brand, at least the negative reputation that he gave it, it's going to affect the future Transformers movies? Because let's say that they change their minds and they suddenly decide to work on a Beast Wars movie. That Beast Wars movie might be great for us fans because we really want to see that, but you also need to think about the reputation that the movies have outside their fandom. People are probably not gonna want to watch it just because they, had a bad taste from the other movies, or let's say they don't know what Beast Wars is. Now, don't get me wrong, Beast Wars is an awesome concept and you can bet a lot of little kids are gonna want to watch it just because robot dinosaurs are cool. But at the same time, people are not really going to... It's really hard to predict how they're gonna react because switching the formula for, cars turning into robots to animals turning into robots, it's a little too extreme. And this is something that was only done, and keep in mind, back in the day, Beast Wars was only done because the franchise was about to die. It was like a last-ditch effort to save it. And I don't know if it's gonna be accepted by the masses or rejected. And also, of course, there's the high value of, making the movie. It's gonna cost a lot of money, and typically when it comes to, investors and stuff, they want to stay away from these types of movies, the movies that cost a lot of money, because if it flops, that can not only cripple the studio, it can cripple the franchise, it can cripple the the people who gave the money away. Basically, you can lose a lot of money and you can lose even more than that. You could lose like your house, your job, or whatever. It's really risky. So that's why I'm saying that I definitely don't believe we're gonna see a Beast Wars movie, at least the live action version. The bright side here is that at least they confirmed that they're still working on the Optimus Prime spin-off movie, so at least we know that's gonna come out next. It's not gonna be Bumblebee 2, it's gonna be an Optimus Prime spin-off movie. Whether that's the animated movie, we're still not sure. It's complicated. They're really like all over the place when it comes to information for the next movie. What I think they should do is not make it live action. Actually, I just thought of something. If the Optimus Prime movie, or the next movie for that matter, it's an animated movie, and it turns out that it makes a lot of good profit for the studio, then I can see them switching their minds and being like, okay, listen, let's not make this live action, let's make this animated, because I feel like Beast Wars would work better animated. Live action, it will look great, don't get me wrong, I want to see a live action Beast Wars, but it's just too expensive and it's just not worth the risk. Because if the Beast Wars movie ends up failing, that could cripple the entire brand. Like, I'm not even kidding, a movie that expensive could really cripple it. So I'm thinking that the safe bet right now would be to wait for the animated Transformers movie, and then if it turns out to be a success, if it turns out that the animated movie is profitable and people actually like it, then you can switch Beast Wars into an animated movie, because it's much less expensive for a start, and also you will have the reassurance and the backing of the people that went to see the previous animated movie, because the B movie is their the franchise into the right direction. That's good. We don't know if the next sequel for the B movie, if the next movie that comes after that, it's gonna continue that trend and make more money than B, because each movie needs to make more money than the last. At least that's the ideal scenario for Hasbro and Paramount here. So if the animated movie turns out that it does better than the B movie, then I can definitely see Beast Wars being switched to animated, and I think that's for the best. But anyways guys, this is just a small discussion video where I tell you, what's going on, what's gonna be the future of the Transformers movie universe, when is the animated movie coming out. We still don't really know that one, but at least we know it's coming soon, along with the Optimus Prime spin-off movie, if they're not wanting the same. But I want to hear your thoughts on all this in the comments down below. Do you guys believe that Beast Wars will work better as an animated movie or a live action movie? And also, while you're at it, what do you guys think of Lorenzo's leadership? Because at this point, I can see that the fan base is pretty divided. Well, most people are leaning towards the belief that Lorenzo should be fired, like he's really not that good for the franchise. And some other people are like, I guess he's doing alright, or I guess he's only, making the choices that are available at the moment right now. Because, where can you go from here? like Hasbro and the producers don't even know what to do next, so if they don't know what to do next, then that does not inspire a lot of confidence. So yeah, just let me know all of that in the comments down below. So that's it for this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys.